Hi, all of you. Welcome to the course Mathematics for Minor Finance. So this is our first lecture, our first video lecture. My name is Gijsbert Zwart, so I'll teach these lectures. So you'll see me on video mainly. You see my email address as well on the slide. The tutorials will be taught by Jeline Knol, who will also make videos on some of the exercises, but we'll also have a collaborative session for you on Friday mornings, as we'll see, in which you can actually chat with her as well. Okay, so let's have a look at what the course is going to look like. So this is the outline for today, basically. So what I'm going to do now first is talk about what's this course, how is this course organized, and what's its aim, and then we'll go into the different sections that I'll repeat those in a little bit. So let's look at the organization of the course first. There we go. So what do we want to do in this course? So there's a whole list of stuff that you are supposed to know. So you can also find this on Ocasis, I guess, or in the course document. But basically what we want to do in this course, we want to prepare you for your finance MSc, obviously. And in this course, by reviewing mostly mathematics that you might have seen already in high school. Well, some of the parts, yes, you will have seen them, but you might have forgotten them. So we will bring this back to the top of your mind. And some of the topics might be new for some and already known to some others, and then this might be new. So this will be essentially a fast-track review, and with some extensions, indeed, of the types of mathematics that we'll need to do finance. So what will we do? Well, basically, we'll first bit techniques from algebra. Basically, that means solving equations, right? So we will have to sort of practice manipulating and solving equalities and also inequalities. We'll have to look at functions. So, what do functions look? What is a function again, actually? What does some type of function look like? How can we analyze some function? Why do we want to do this? Well, in particular, because we often want to do optimization problems. So both in economics and in finance, we're often interested in finding answers to questions like, what's the best thing that you can do, or what's the worst possible outcome? So what's the best choice of your portfolio investment? What should be the weights of my investment? Or what's the price that I should set in a market to optimize or maximize my profits? So that's optimization problems. We're going to look into those. And if you recall from your high school experience, the way to do that is mostly by mastering again or reminding yourselves of what differentiation or derivatives, what they are again. So we're going to look into that for quite a bit in this course. Then we're also interested in functions that involve several variables. So not just one x, but there might be an x, a y, and a z. So again, if you want to optimize your portfolio of stocks or other assets, you're interested in the weights of many of these different stocks. So we have to know a little bit now how to be able to optimize and therefore differentiate functions of several variables. So we have a look at that as well. And that might be new for some of you. Then we'll have a look at, just in one lecture actually, at the basic rules of integration. So some of you, in particular, I think those who did Mathematics B in high school will have seen integration. Some of you might have not seen this, so this might be new for you. But we'll look at integration. Integration basically is the opposite of differentiation. So we'll have a look at that. And finally, we'll spend one lecture to study, well, the basics, really the basics basically of matrix algebra. So you will essentially learn what a matrix is and some rules that matrices obey. So you won't learn everything, but you will not be completely taken by surprise if next year you see somebody using a matrix, and you'll know where to look in your book basically to understand better what's going on there. So that's basically the aims of this course, and the contents essentially also of this course. So how are we going to do this? Well, of course, now more than ever, we're going to rely on Nestor or Blackboard or Student Portal or whatever we want to call this. So I'm sure you know where to find your Nestor page, and you've been there because you seen this video. So on Nester, we'll try to post all the information about the course, and particularly we also post videos like this one. We have the links to the collaborate session, also the videos to the tutorial exercises, and these are uncertain times. There might be changes, right, in different dimensions. We try to make the announcements and schedule changes or other stuff on this Nestor portal, from which you will then also get an email with all as well. What you can also find on the student portal on Nestor is the course document, which will have an outline of what we are doing in which week, and also what the exercises will be. And finally, there will be homework exercises, more on that in a little bit. These homework exercises will be distributed through this Nestor page, but you will also be required to hand them in again through the Nestor environment. So Nestor is going to play a big role in this course. So basically, what does the schedule of the course, what will that look like? So typically we'll have a lecture. So all 7 lectures of this course will be presented to you in form of videos. So videos like this one. And I'll try to make these videos available to you at the start of each week. So there is in the schedule, if you look at the schedule generator, you'll find a lecture on Mondays. There is no lecture. You can use that time to watch those videos, but if you prefer a different time, obviously, that is fine too. So once you have done that, so once you have watched these videos on the material, then you'll try the exercises. So that's part of the tutorial. So there's a big responsibility on your shoulders, basically, to work by yourself on these exercises. So there's will be a list of exercises in the course document. So what I suggest you do is first figure out which exercises will have videos associated to them. You'll find those in Nestor as well. First, try those sample exercises. If you have a hard time doing those, watch those videos, or anyway, watch those videos. If you learn something new from these videos, do the exercises again, see if you have internalized those. And then also try the other exercises that do not have videos with them, but which are in this list in the course document. So then there will be this online tutorial. It will be typically on Friday morning, which Jeline will teach. And that we'll do through Blackboard Collaborate. And the idea here is that you will have tried out these exercises and you will sort of ask questions about exercises that you found particularly difficult, or points that you found difficult. And well, to the extent that's possible, she'll try to sort of help you and give explanations where required. So then, as I mentioned, there will be these homework exercises. They will typically be assigned on Fridays, and they are to be handed in again through Nestor in PDF format 1 week later. So the first assignment will appear coming Friday, will have to be handed in 1 week later, so the second week basically of the course. And the idea of these homeworks essentially is we want to sort of give you the incentive to work along the course rather than postpone all the work until the end of the block. So in particular with mathematics, you can watch videos, read books all you like, but the real way to learn mathematics is by doing this. So we want to sort of give you the opportunity to do this by first having studied exercise in the tutorials, but then also showing it that you did this by handing in a couple of exercises each week. Then finally, also which exercise will we do in the tutorial session itself? So it's not the homework exercises, but the tutorial exercises again. In the course document, there's a whole schedule which says which chapters in the book or which parts of chapters in the book are we studying in the lectures, and which sample exercises or which selected exercises do we recommend for you to have a look at and to try your hand on. Okay, so that's schedule. So let me emphasize here. So you're watching this video, and obviously it's fairly hard to ask questions during a video. There is the Collaborate tutorial in which you can have some more direct interaction. I also absolutely do not mind if, after watching a video you have some particular question, if you mail me. That I very much welcome that, so that I know which parts are difficult and which parts perhaps did not get across that well. And then I can either help you through email, or perhaps we need to make a bilateral appointment. That might also be possible, but it might also be possible that based on many emails, I might actually add another video indeed addressing questions that you might have. So do not hesitate to contact me by mail as well if you have questions in particular on the lectures. And then, another important thing in particular for you is homeworks or grading in general. So the homework, there will be actually 6 different homework sets, each comprising 3 exercises typically. You will do those each week and hand them in through Nestor. We will have a look at them, not in complete detail, but just to see whether you have spent sufficient effort or insufficient effort in getting to grips with the material of that week. So we will grade them, but not to the level or to the bar that you need to reach to do the final exam. But we do want to see that you have worked on them seriously and that you are using the stuff that you have learned in the classes. Of course, it's up to you whether you do this, but we do want to give you a little bit of a bonus or an incentive to actually do this. And that's why if you, of these 6 different homeworks, you will complete sufficiently 4 of these homeworks, you will earn half a bonus point for the first exam only. So there will just be an addition of half a point to your first exam grade. So the exam itself, in these times we don't have sit-in exams, of course, in the lecture and the exam halls and at the Jacobs, but there will be a take-home exam, a take-home open book exam at the end of the block. So that will be rescheduled actually by the schedulers, and you'll find information on that later. And of course, we'll also add an announcement when the details of that will have become available. We also make available all the exams towards the actual exam date, so that you have some idea of what an exam might look like. So your final grade for the exam, for the first exam, will be your exam grade, plus at most half this bonus point if you completed 4 sufficient homeworks, as I just explained. So what's the material for the exam? Well, basically everything that's given in this weekly schedule in the course document. Okay. Now you might not be able to do or even fail this exam. Then you can of course do a reset, and hopefully the reset will take place at the end of the second block. In this case, as I just tried to explain, this homework bonus is void. It does not carry over to the reset. So your final grade for the reset, which itself will be similarly a take-home exam probably, your final grade will just be your reset exam grade. Okay, that was it about the organization of the course. So I'll stop this video. The next video will we will actually start the contents, and we'll start with the basics. We'll look at manipulating algebraic expressions, in particular factoring expressions. So see you in the next video.